season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms. But I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on third down, a 3-and-out. Something that lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted.
Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass. So that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Steelers at 6-4 now on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 11. And Sharp calls it in. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Harris, touchdown, Pittsburgh. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. Maxwell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's a toss play right to Mostert. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
When the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Buying time to his left. And they're going to get him. They bring it down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Wow, that qualifies as a bad miss because anything inside of 40 should be automatic. That's a big mistake right there.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and they're going to get this up to midfield. 12 more yards there and another first down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a first down carry for Harris. And not able to break away this time, as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Ultra.
They'll run again with Harris. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
They'll look to throw here. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. 2nd down. Here's Hurts. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And That is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
He did have a touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now here's another carry for Harris. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. On the give, this is Harris. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 46 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Straight ahead running. Here's McFarland. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. He's got a man. Complete. A big play there for Philly. And even 40 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the 45 on second down. Hurts airing it out deep for Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game? I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen, Harris. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as it'll come to 15 seconds to play in the first half. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. He'll look to throw. He's got this to Williams, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jamison Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. They'll throw now on the final play. Rolling to his right. Looking here for Smith downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 65 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run. Here's Harris. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Here's 2nd and 8. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
On first down, McFarland. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done. Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive. They'll try and run with Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 21-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly. I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football. Well, this will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now. And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. In motion left goes Smith. Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind. No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Second down, back to Sanders.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Going with their tight end on 4th. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Rolling to his left.
And that went into the hands of Brown downfield.
And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 38. And this offense on 3rd down today, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action with Hurts.
He'll buy some time right. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Devontae Smith, 32 yards. And the Eagles are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. They'll run with Harris. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Good gain there on first down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. 95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run again with Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Back to throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Throwing is Hurts. Throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Trap 60. 56 the mark, boy. 56.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be caught downfield by Chark. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they make.
And that's caught inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, it's Hurts. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
He's got a man, complete, 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move. And my goodness, another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Back to throw now on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need,
and give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like it.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Steelers, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now.
And they'll try for a better outcome next week as they head to D.C. to take on the Washington Commanders.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.